Conrad, I'm so afraid we're not going to be able to hear you.
So
Yeah.
hiding the outsides. I'd rather you be in front of the Yeah, I wanted that anyway.
It's amazing how rolling up my sleeves makes my biceps look immediately larger. Would you confirm that, Sarah? Is that...
Guys, do I sound louder now?
Yes.
Yes.
That's cool. No,
Thanks, man.
No concerns?
No, you look sharp.
This is my favorite bartending shirt. It's pineapple love, Pineapple are symbolic of the hospitality industry. And I am just itching to get back behind the bar out in Martha's Vineyard for opening outdoor seating. We're opening outdoor seating on June 8th. So I'll be back behind the bar, suited up, making some drinks for the good people of Martha's Vineyard. And the second drink, actually, that I'm going to make for you tonight is coming on the menu out there. It's a pineapple mint daiquiri. We had a pineapple daiquiri on the menu last summer. It's my personal favorite. I'm obsessed with pineapples. And I went to a restaurant the other night to see a good friend, and she had a pineapple mint daiquiri on the menu, and it was mind-blowing. I had a lot of them. So I'm going to make it for you guys later tonight. I'll explain it for you how to make it. Super easy. It's like 3 ingredients. You can make it at home without any time.
All right, guys, we're counting down. 1 minute. Folks are coming in.
We are live.
Thank you, Tojo.
Awesome.
I'll give it another couple of minutes. Another second. Yes. Look at that.
Oh.
Nice.
Sarah cannot stop. She can't stop.
I was a little nervous about it.
All right, here we go.
I'm getting ready for our arm wrestle.
Warm up the guns.
One shot.
This is it. This is the Working It Out episode of the Digital Speakeasy. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. I would like to welcome our guests, Mr. Conrad Meurice from Cocktail Poetry. Hello, Conrad.
Hey, how we doing? Thanks for having me.
Hot Glue in the Gun, Carrie and Joel, our musical guests. What's up?
Yeah, it's
What's
great
good?
to be here.
Great to be here.
And our personal trainer for the shutdown, Miss Sara Dimmick. Look at those guns.
Hello.
Look at those guns. You got to do that with a Highland Park bottle. You got to do it with a Highland Park bottle. And finally, my Guardo Camino, Mr. Tommy Moriello. Tommy, how are you, brother? How you feeling?
Hello, kind sir. Doing absolutely fantastic. How are you?
Good. Earlier, I looked at this picture and I said, you look like King Kong climbing the Empire State Building with that Highland Park bottle in front of you. So congratulations,
I feel good.
You did it.
Getting my way up there. I'm going to start swiping helicopters off. Let's do this.
Which are apparently all over the place right now. How was your
Facts.
weekend?
Weekend was fantastic. I moved, actually, so very exciting. I moved into our new place here in Pelham, so very exciting weekend.
You got to work out moving. You're a workout guy. You like sweat it out in like a real manly, like a boxing gym, right?
Facts, yes.
Yeah. And what's the difference between, do you lift weights in a boxing gym or you just like punch shadows and people and stuff and that's how you get your workout?
Really just punching things. I do mix up some weights in it every now and then, but it's not like the meathead stuff that I was doing when I played football. So you're just trying to go for really high reps, and you do want to activate other muscles that you're going to hit, that you're going to use when you're hitting. So
now you've done one of the most amazing home remedies for the shutdown and working out that I've seen. You actually made a medicine ball or whatever it's called in your backyard and you beat the hell out of it every night. What is that thing called?
I made a heavy bag. Yeah. So I made my own heavy bag out of sand. I got one of those canvas military bags. I loaded up with 200 pounds of sand and then I duct taped it all around. I got some paracord to tie it up and some chain and carabiners and hung it up from my in-law's tree.
And I saw, like, your neighbors have to be so afraid of you, just like
They,
seeing you back there. Like, what's he doing?
especially that it's a non-branded heavy bag, and I'm just punching this big duct tape thing.
The
I'm
body
sure I
bag.
look, yeah. And then I have this crazy blonde hair now.
The hair,
I'm sure I look a complete lunatic because I don't live there either. So I just stop by every now and then to
Oh
hit the
my
heavy bag
God.
for 45 minutes. So I must look like a lunatic, and I love it.
I love it. So, everybody who's watching, we've got a personal trainer on today who's going to actually help us with some workout questions, some stuff to do during the lockdown, if you're locked down, during the reopening, like how you can social distance out and about and still get a good workout. So if you're probably already in your sweatpants, so you don't have to change that. But if you're not, maybe throw on some sweats and Sara can walk you through some stuff. I do want to talk a little bit about our very exciting new partnership with the World Central Kitchen. If you're not familiar with the World Central Kitchen, it's Jose Andreas is really the lead on this charity that we've partnered with for the foreseeable future. And they are on the front lines all over the world, but mostly right now in the US, feeding people that are affected by any natural disaster. And obviously what's happened with COVID-19 is the natural disaster, and the folks are working to feed people who have been affected by COVID-19 and restaurant workers who are also affected by it. So for every dollar we raise for the foreseeable future, we're looking at maybe a 6-month investment on our part. We, the Digital Speakeasy and our parent company, Edrington Americas, will double match every single dollar raised. So we're looking to raise $50,000. If by the end of this, that means we can give $150,000 to the World Central Kitchen. So help us out. You could find the link to that GoFundMe on the Digital Speakeasy page. Maybe we could put it in the chat here so that you can go right to the source. And some of my guests today have already started helping raise money for that. So on a broader note, I would just like to personally take a moment to reflect on everything that's happening in our world today, in our country today. We, of course, over the last few months have lost, now over 100,000 people to this terrible disease. And just when we thought that was going to be enough, we had a terrible tragedy in Minneapolis, and people are hurting real bad right now. So I just feel like we need to take a moment to reflect on that reality and think about the fact that today's theme is working it out, and it seems like right now, as a country, we have a lot to work out. So that being said, I need a drink. And I brought some great people to help us have a drink. Mr. Conrad Meurice is going to lead us. Conrad, how are you, buddy?
Oh, well, doing very well. Thanks again for having me out.
Conrad, remember, you got to be loud, buddy. And you're going to teach Miss Sara Dimmick, who is an expert at lifting weights, but I've known Sara for a long time. She's maybe an expert in lifting a cocktail or two as well. So Conrad is going to teach Sara how to make our first cocktail tonight. Conrad, take it away, buddy.
All right, so I kept it simple for you guys so everybody can make it at home. How's the volume? Can you hear me okay?
I can hear you. That's what counts, probably.
So
Because I'm the one mixing.
today we're keeping it simple. We're doing a small play on an old fashioned. So we have Highland Park 12 year, and then your very popular Angostura bitters. And then I'm not sure if Jeremy posted directions or not, but this is just a small honey clove syrup. So what Sara and I did, we steeped some clove, and then we just mixed it equal parts with honey. So that's going to loosen up the honey a little bit. It's just going to allow you to have a little lighter syrup, and it won't be as sweet as well. So we're gonna get right into mixing it. This is a mixed cocktail. Since there's no juices or anything, there's really no need to shake it. So you can start off with your 2 ounces of Highland Park.
Okay.
And
These
Sarah,
cups are, this is a good cup because it has the measures for you.
there you go. So you have a little 2-in-1 action. The next ingredient will be your syrup. So you're gonna do
Okay.
just a 1/4 ounce.
Just a little bit. You said a little tiny bit of this. I made mine strong.
Yeah, when you're making the syrup, you definitely want to try and use whole cloves or anything.
Whole cloves. Well, you know, this is what I have around the house during these
Hey,
times.
well,
I'm not going to the store to get fancy whole cloves.
Is it that fancy though? I mean,
Well,
I cheated. I went to the store. I'm sorry. And your final ingredient is going to be Angostura bitters. I really
Okay.
like bitters, so I usually do about 2 to 4, depending on how it comes out. It varies. We had some good drops, so we did 3 dashes there. And then I'm going to grab some ice, and then you're just going to stir
okay.
it. You want to
Oh, I just stir it.
about 30 seconds.
Stir. Okay. Where do I put the ice? In the shaker thing or in with this? Or I already
Yep,
have
yep.
ice in a cup.
You can put it right over. So if you don't have anything to stir it with, I'm sorry, I don't know if I told you to have a spoon. You can put it right over ice in the cup,
Okay.
and then
Okay,
give that a
perfect.
small stir.
Okay.
Conrad.
Is that
Okay.
I had to
Let's
change
see.
my
It looks delicious.
And then that's it. You give it a good stir. Pour it right in.
Nice.
And there you have it. I gave it a little funny nickname. It's called the Pete's Peak. Just to get those flavors. The clove really it pronounces some of those smokier flavors and some of that peat. So cheers.
So here's to you,
Cheers.
everybody drinking from home. Let's raise a glass. And here's to all of us. Thank you guys for joining us. Conrad, here's to you, buddy. How long have you been out of work? And, what are you doing to stay busy during the shutdown?
I've been trying to do a lot of things like this. So my Venmo, my PayPal, this is Conrad and Meurice. I also have Cash App under that as well. So, Jeremy, I made a couple cocktails for you just for fun. Just trying to show people that, bartenders are out there really trying hard to still keep the income flowing a little bit. It's been tough. It's been really tough because our industry just got on a total shutdown. And now it's not just an immediate reopen. It's phased. It's small steps. So bartenders still aren't going back to what they were making or to being able to survive the way that they are used to. So right now everybody's really just adapting, evolving. There's a handful of restaurants out here in Connecticut that have been incredible with giving family meals to bartenders every week and doing opportunities. A good friend of mine, Demetrius, he did a trivia on Monday nights, and he gave away almost $8,000 in $100 gift cards and restaurant gift cards. So we're doing what we can.
And you you bartended in Connecticut for a super long time. Just last year, you helped open a joint in Martha's Vineyard, which is completely seasonal. It's unlike New York, it's a year-round affair, right? And where you bartend, it's a seasonal bar. So you guys are going to be affected by this, even more so because you have a limited window of opportunity, and it's a big few months and then it's dead. I've been to the Vineyard, believe it or not, in January. It's really weird.
It's odd. It's very odd.
So, how is it different from everybody else? What are you guys doing for social distancing, and what are you expecting?
So far on the island, all the restaurants that were open year round have converted over to takeout. So there's a lot of systems in place. You come in one door, you walk out the back door. So it's a one-way flowing of traffic in the restaurant. Masks required. A lot of the restaurants are offering curbside contactless pickup. So there's, you know, it's Martha's Vineyard, so you can put your food out and not really be worried about somebody walking by and stealing it. It's definitely a luxury out there. So they've been doing the curbside pickup, contactless pickup, controlling the flow of the traffic in the restaurants. June 8th, I believe, is the date that restaurants are going to be allowed to open for outdoor seating.
Only, yeah.
So there's, you know, a lot of talk about trying to get streets closed down because it's pretty tight. You know, a lot of these restaurants and these pubs, these bars, they're tight. It's a small island, so you cram it in. That's kind of the style.
And I also know that before the shutdown, you started your own company. It's called At Cocktail Poetry. And I mean, it sounds beautiful. The iambic pentameter of cocktails. What is it?
My good friend Mike.
But, what are you guys doing?
It's ultimately the expression of our view of artistic perspectives through cocktailing. But that engages everything. So I've done like a bachelorette party where I went and I taught a bachelorette party how to make cocktails to start their night. You know, and that's what they started.
That's awesome.
Doing. And then they all hopped on a bus and went to the casino.
I love it.
I've done corporate events where we had 50, 60 people come in and we break down into groups and we just go over simple cocktails because there's a huge like mantra behind cocktailing. It's not that hard. Follow a small recipe like cooking and you can have something really delicious. And that's ultimately my goal is to expose how easy it is to make beautiful looking, tasting, and smelling cocktails. You know,
I love it.
All the senses.
And finally, we're going to get back to you in a little while, and we're going to have you, make another drink. But of course, you used Highland Park for this cocktail. Highland Park's from the Orkney Islands. It's the northernmost distillery in Scotland. It's a little bit peaty, a little bit smoky, great, well-balanced cocktail. Great in a cocktail because it doesn't get overly smoky. And I know I appreciate you for, using it. And if you can just tell everybody, and if Tojo can put your Venmo into the chat, it's one more time, just so guys, let's thank Conrad for that amazing cocktail and the cocktail coming by throwing him a few bucks into his Venmo as a tip and a thank you for that knowledge. And Conrad, could you tell us what that is one more time?
Yep. So my Venmo, my PayPal is my first and last name. So that's Conrad, C-O-N-R-A-D, Meurice, M-E-U-R-I-C-E. And there might be a hyphen or underscore in there depending on how you write it. And then Cash App is actually the same thing as well.
Thank you so much, brother.
Thank you, guys. And looking forward to this.
All right. Now it's time to work it out. Earlier today I was talking to some of my guests, and Miss Sara Dimmick in the left corner.
Oh,
Sara,
yeah.
how are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Hanging in there.
Sara said to me, you know what, Jeremy, I've been watching your show, and I saw this guy, Tommy, on your show, and I think he thinks he's a real badass. I think he thinks he's really tough. And,
yeah, I heard his boxing, making some stuff out of nothing.
Yeah,
Garage.
and Sara, let's see your guns. I want to see your guns. Let's see him. Look at that, Sara. And Tommy, let's see your big guns. Because I don't think this is a matchup. I think Sarah's got you all the way.
265 pounds of milk-fed veal and sex appeal. Let's do this. I'm ready to go.
Sara wanted to box Tommy, and I was like, you know what? I'm not a violent guy. I don't like violence. I want to keep this civil. But I thought, you know what? How about a good old-fashioned arm wrestling? And Sara was up for it. Tommy, are you up for it? Do you think you can take her?
Life does not meet you halfway, Jeremy. So what I'm going to do is turn this back because it's like a switch, And I'm ready to go.
All right, now we are going to have a virtual arm wrestle between Sara and Tommy, and I want everybody watching to put in the chat who you think is going to win this challenge. All right, everybody's warming up. All right, everybody get ready.
Jeremy, I want you to watch her elbow and her grip, though. All right, let's make sure that we're playing by the rules.
Oh,
I heard that
you
she
think I'm going to
cheats.
cheat?
Jeremy, watch her elbows, please.
I'm going to hold this. When I say release, you guys get ready. Ready. Let's see some names up in the, oh, I see some names coming through. Ready. 1, 2, 3. Engage.
Watch the elbow, Jeremy.
I don't, Tommy's going down. Sarah's going to take him. Sarah, going over the top. Over the top.
You know what? I told you to watch the. It's bullshit. I know it's not real. No. That's not real. That's not real. I think she cheated. She had a weird grip going on. There's not enough humidity in this room.
Sorry, Tommy. Tommy, this moment is not about you.
Excuses.
This moment is about Sara Dimmick. So who sided for Sara? We had a whole bunch of Sarahs. Oh my God! No one thought Tommy was going to win that one. No one. So I'm going to choose the first person I see. Lacey, you win a beautiful Highland Park whiskey glass. I will be sending you this beautiful Highland Park whiskey glass to the address of your choice. So go ahead, DM me at Jeremy Edrington, and I will send you that beautiful Highland Park whiskey glass. Nicely done, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome our next guests, Hot Glue and the Gun.
Oh, I just love strolling through Edringtown. Hey, that Brugal building is beautiful. Why doesn't anybody drink rum anymore?
Well, it's funny that you should mention that because the reality is that people put all this blue stuff in their curacao and that turns people off. It's not real, but let me tell you about my cocktail. My name is Mr. Howells, and I have this delicious cocktail that combines an excellent añejo rum with a little bit of some kind of slightly smoky, slightly peaty scotch, some maple syrup, and lime. It's called Mr. Howell's Cocktail. Would you like some?
Oh, that sounds delicious. I'm parched. I could use a drink.
Hold on 1 second.
Oh, this is so exciting. Ooh, that looks delicious. Oh, yes. Thank you, Mr. Howells.
You're welcome.
I bet this tastes delicious, too. Oh, that is just divine. Thank you so much. What to do, what to say. Given a chance, we walked away. But minutes pass into days, and days become a yo-yo. And here we are again.
Down, up, down, up.
Down, up, down, up, down, up again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up again.
What to do, what to say. An open door, a brand new play.
Minutes pass into days and days and days become a yo-yo. Here we are again. Down, up, down, up again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up again, like a yo-yo.
Down, up, down, up, down, up again.
Oh, like a
Down,
yo-yo.
down,
What to do, what to say. Given a chance, we walked away. The minutes pass into days and days and days become a yo-yo. And here we are again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up again. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up again, like a yo-yo.
down, up, down, up again.
Like a yo-yo.
Down, up again.
Yeah! Ah! That was so good, you guys. Thank you so much.
That is really good.
Oh, it's
really
great
delicious.
cocktail. Yes, thank
Oh
you.
my.
So thank you to Brugal.
So thank you, Brugal.
And thank you to
and
Highland Park.
Oh my God, you
Mixing
guys.
it up.
That was incredible. Thank you. And you guys, I've known you for a million years, literally.
A million.
At least. At least.
And you've always been, I mean, you're so incredibly talented. And, you know, when the shutdown happened, you guys went right into, like you were so proactive, you know, about your outreach and staying, you know, what a lot of people don't understand is like, obviously restaurant people are a lot of different people. It's like the chefs, the line cooks, the busboys, the dishwashers, and the bartenders and the musicians and the music scene has been so impacted by this, and you guys almost, it felt like it was immediate, transitioned into a Zoom show yourself called the Gluey Zoomy Show.
The Bluey Zoomy
Louis
Show!
Zoomy Show!
Yeah.
Which we watch, of course, at our house every Wednesday at 8. And my boy Luca is obsessed with you guys. He thinks you're the biggest stars in the country.
We think he is, so that's...
Well, you know, he edges his way into every episode. So, and so what, you know, how did that come up? I mean, that's different from your stage show. And like, how did it manifest?
It is slightly, although it's been something that we've had a desire for in our back pocket for a long time, and we just didn't quite know how to make it happen.
Part of our mission is really always about what it is to like glue together different kinds of arts and different kinds of performers, much like what you're doing here, which I think is awesome. Mm-hmm. And we thought if we could have an opportunity to have people come together, and then we're supporting the guest stars who come on our show. We share all the tips we collect with everybody. So it gives us an opportunity to not only hopefully make some money, but also to support other artists and performers. And
yeah, and we believe, you know, you bring Luca up, we want young people, but we also want old people. We truly believe that the best storytelling is meant for all ages. Yeah. So that's our goal with Gluey Zoomy Show. Well,
I think it's just a good
life in the room.
It's a good vibe, you know. I think that's what I love most about it. It's just that, you know, especially, you know, and we're still there. We're there again, you know, in this sort of weird place that we were a month ago. And I remember watching you guys, you know, and I had a glass of wine. I'm watching you, and I almost started crying because it was so new. Mm-hmm. You know, it was like you were putting creativity out there in a way that I hadn't seen before. And it wasn't just you, it was the format, it was your guests. At one point, you had a camera that was just on someone drawing. So you got to just see the evolution of the drawing over the course of the show. And
we try to switch it up. Who's on, what they're doing.
And you had a lot of bartenders and cooks on
Yes.
too, who like
Absolutely.
make a drink and make some food.
And it's a side gig for a lot of artists too. So that goes hand in hand.
That's true.
Could you tell people how they can watch the Gluey? We already have some people asking the Gluey Zoomy show.
Thank you. We would love to have you join. This is happening for 3 more Wednesdays. We have 3 more Wednesdays of season 1.
Season 1 is 10 episodes, and we've done 7. We got 3 more.
Yeah. So please join us this Wednesday at 8 p.m. We
run it in the Zoom webinar format, which means that nobody has to see your face. You log in, and then you enjoy it. If you go, we just posted in the chat our website. If you go to hotglueinthegun.com, you see how you can send us tips, and also there's a button that says Glue In. If you click Glue In, that'll take you to the Facebook event page where you can RSVP. And magically, through the power of internet, if you do that on the day of the event, it takes you right to the event. It's amazing. It's the one button, Glue In, it takes you where you need to go.
So guys, let's leave them a tip at their Venmo. Go to hotglueinthegun.com. Leave them a tip for that beautiful song. We're going to see you guys Ed Puppet Show. It was so good. And we'll see you guys again in a little while. Thank you so much. So, Tommy, how are you?
I am doing fantastic, sir. How are you?
You doing good? Tommy,
doing good.
You've managed to discreetly hide your left hand throughout the course of today's show. Tommy, do you have a question? Could you please raise your hand next time?
Raise this hand?
If you have a that's why you weren't raising your hand.
Real bits are not for children.
No. They
Tommy,
took
what did
my
you do?
thumb. They took my thumb. Is this
Pay
guy
the man.
Bedbug Eddie?
Pay him on time.
You're not going to be able to fit that in a boxing glove.
Facts.
So Tommy,
So
how did you do it? How did you hurt yourself, buddy?
So I knew it was Viking, so I was juggling with this thing, and so in the middle of my move, I'm building tables, and I'm building our shelving units as well, and I was operating a power drill, and the power drill kicked, and it kicked right into my thumb, and the drill bit went right through.
Oh my God!
And good old right through the meat of the thumb, lovely. And I got to go see. I wanted to do market research to see how hospitals were handling ERs outside of COVID. So, real reason why I did it. And had a lovely time with the White Plains ER. Very, very, very quick ER experience, which was fantastic. But it was entertaining to say the least.
You know, it sounds like, to Sarah's point, we're gonna have unfortunately a little pause in your ability to box, and I had a big game plan set when we first went into COVID. I went and I bought a mid-range bike, street bike, and couldn't go to the gym anymore. I was in a good groove at the gym, so I thought, you know what, I'll buy a bike. I'm gonna go bike riding. I got into it for a little while. Some people were helping me learn how to get into it as a sport. I wanted to do the epic ride, and then I blew out my tires, realized I needed new tires, got my new tires on, and then had a beer, played wiffle ball with my kid, and blew out my knee.
Oh.
So I have had a knee brace on for going on my second week. And I haven't gone to the hospital. My wife's like, yeah, you should probably go get an x-ray at this point. I'm like, they don't need to see me down there. But it put a total wrench in my whole game plan. And we have with us today a personal trainer who specializes in people who have excuses like me and you to stop working out because of these injuries. Sarah, what should we do? What are we going to do?
Well, I mean, here's the thing, is you have you have a bum knee, but you have arms, you
Huh?
have you have abs. You could be working those things out.
I don't have any
And
abs.
same thing with Tommy. Like, he has a bum arm, but he has legs. He, works the core, that kind of thing. So, yeah. I mean, you have other body parts, so you can definitely work with other things. There's a lot of things you can do. So, and that's where I come in. I specialize in taking people from physical therapy back into the gym and transitioning them from their therapy back into their daily activities, what they want to do, or their sport, like triathlon, running, or weightlifting, CrossFit, whatever they want to get back into, but really teaching them proper technique, form. Now that you have this injury, what are things that you can do? What are things that you should avoid because you have this injury? Something like a disc herniation in your back, that's always going to be there. Once you have a disc herniation, it's not really going to go away.
Huh.
But what you can do is strengthen the muscles around your core. Also, there are things that you should be avoiding too. So it's really just learning and knowledge, and then education and being smart with your body.
Now, you are a trainer, but you also own your own gym, which is insane when you even say that. It's like you own your own gym. And you were actually forced almost to not be,
yes.
You work in New York City, you live in New York
Yes.
City,
Yes.
You were on vacation when the lockdown happened, right?
Well, yes, my son had his spring break, and that was when I was gonna take a short vacation, but my business, I also have a business partner. Her name's Sara as well. So we're Sara and Sara, who own Physical Equilibrium. And our gym's in Midtown, right smack in the middle of Midtown on 53rd Street between Park and Madison. And yeah, we had to shut down like all of the other businesses in Manhattan and New York City. And I'm not sure when we will be able to really reopen again. We're affiliated with a sports medicine doctor, Dr. Elise Weiss, and some other physical therapists and chiropractors in that space. But we've really pivoted very quickly and, like everybody, gone digital. And like hot glue in the gun too, they were saying how they really had some ideas of going digital or bringing in other acts and things. And really that's what we've done. I've been wanting to build out a library for on-demand workouts. I just haven't had time. I've also wanted to do live streaming workouts, and I could never figure out how to do that and teach classes and run regular clients. So with this downtime, that's really what we're doing now, is training our one-on-one clients virtually, and then also bringing in that on-demand platform and building that out. So, and I think those things will stay for a long time, even when we open and see clients back in the gym.
That feels like that's going to be the case. Yeah. When you were in Washington and you couldn't actually make your way back to New York City for like 2 months, and weren't you living in like a trailer at one point?
Well, yes. After we had quarantined for a while, my husband, who he grew up in Washington State in a small town called Colville, Washington, north of Spokane, and it's always been on our list to go and visit Spokane and Colville, but there's other fun places to go. You have you want to go to Europe, or we went to Nicaragua, or we went to other places. And Spokane just wasn't high on that list. But then we were actually in Canada, and the borders closed, and we decided we need to get back to the States, and we found our way to David's hometown. So that's how we ended up in Colville and then Spokane. And
how were you working out when you were in the trailer? How were you working out?
Well, not in the trailer. Well, I did not work out in the trailer, but my husband's friend Brian had a great garden, and I've set up the camera and I did my Zoom workout from there, and I had ordered some couple free weights and bands and things on Amazon, whatever I could get. And
so what do you recommend for the folks? Because some of us, I can't go to the gym. I can't do anything but except, now I've learned I can because I have arms.
Yes.
And people we've been working out at home, and now we're going to social distance workout.
Yep.
Like, what are some of the things people could do at home? What are some of the things people could do social distancing now that we're going outside again?
Well, there's so much now online. There's companies like myself, my trainers online. There's so much content, whether it's free or paid. I would suggest going more the paid route because that's going to be a little bit higher quality probably, and you're going to have better instruction. But you know what? There's free content out there too, so you can always do that. I would also suggest buying just some small equipment. So, I have these workout bands. So something like this, these long bands are great. You can do arms, Jeremy, with these.
How do you do that?
Oh, so
those look
one of my favorite exercises for people with maybe shoulder rotator cuff injuries. You wrap the band here, just shoulders down, and then you pull apart. So this is a great warm-up for any kind of upper body exercise, whether you're going to do push-ups, pull-ups, planks. So if you've been at the computer desk all day, which most of us sit at the computer, online, on our iPad, these muscles in your back of your shoulders are going to be very weak, and you're going to be rounded forward. So an exercise like this where you're pulling and opening, see, doesn't even feel good to sit up straight.
Totally.
And then also something like this where your arms are out straight and you're pulling and using your shoulder blades and your back muscles. And you're really engaging those muscles between your shoulder blades like that.
I love it.
So
I feel like I could do that while I'm at my computer.
You can, and I think that you should take breaks and get up and walk. And look, you live in a great part of Connecticut where there's nature, and you need to go out. I mean, obviously with your bum knee, it's going to be hard for you to walk, but like at least go outside and do some stretches. I mean,
I was in a good place.
Pilates machine. I think you could do some Pilates upstairs. Don't you? Don't you have a little Pilates machine?
Yeah, why don't you lay off my Pilates, all right? I remember years ago I went to the bookstore and I was trying to find a good exercise book. And I came home and I said to my wife, I said, I couldn't find anything. Everything in the whole section just said pilots. It was like piloting books. I didn't get it. And she goes, Pilates. I was like, oh, that makes more sense. So thank you so much, Sarah.
Yes.
Sarah, tell us again about how people can log on to work out with you virtually.
Yeah, well, we look at Physical Equilibrium. If you search Physical Equilibrium, you'll find us. Or me.
Put it
Sarah
in the chat too, Sarah, when you have a downtime.
Chat. We have live streaming classes several times a week, every day almost. I'm going to be adding some new ones in too. We do one-on-one virtual sessions, private sessions. We're going to be in the Hamptons in July and August. So if you're in the Hamptons, we probably will start seeing clients one-on-one virtually out there, socially distancing. We can do garden workouts. We can do pull, water aerobics. I can mix in those kinds of things too.
Awesome.
I think we might even do some bike rides.
Is there anybody in the chat right now, or, if we want to unmute, who have any workout questions for Sarah? And maybe we can solve some of your issues about how to work out right now. Evan, you're a big workout guy.
Yeah, I love the kettlebells, the one in front of you. It's great because, Jeremy, that'd be something you can do because you can use it as like a swing weight, and it really helps, your legs, your back, your core, and you don't have to have a crazy heavy one to do it. That's a great one that I keep around the house for if you're just kind of bored, you've got like 10 minutes, you can do it, and yeah, you'll feel it. Trust me.
Nice. I always see people at the gym doing that, and I go, it looks like they're doing it wrong.
Well, yes, that's the problem. You have to really have good form, but you can even just use this as a weight too. You don't have to use it ballistically like swinging. You can use it for a row. You can use it for a bicep curl. You can use it for a press. You can hold it and do a squat, like a goblet squat. So there's a lot of things you can do with it that aren't going to be ballistic if you're not sure what to do. I would just say hire a trainer that specializes in kettlebells to teach you proper form and technique, and do a few sessions. And then, have them create a workout that you can do. And then once you know the technique, then you can find some other workouts on your own too.
Yeah,
Awesome.
the couple of questions in the chats are Brian McGregor's asking about workout bands and how do we use the bands with our legs. BMAC, if you have anything.
Yeah. So these circle bands are great. It's going to be hard for me to do my video setup, but you put them around your knees or your ankles, and you can do like clamshells or side steps or any other kind. You can do squats with it around the knees, and that's going to really activate your glutes. You can do any kind of kicking with these circle bands. This one's $5. So it's super cheap, and you can take them anywhere. We sell these in the gym, and when I used to teach a lot of outdoor classes, we use these because they're really versatile. You can do a lot of different things with them.
It seems like a good time for the shake weight to make a comeback. Thank you so much, Sara. Everybody, let's give Sara some love and go work out with her. She's amazing.
Yes, I'll put it in the chat.
Conrad, where are you, my brother? Speaking of working out, are you there, Conrad? There he is. Conrad, this is your favorite workout song, you told me, and it's called Roses.
This is the newest workout song, yes. It is.
This is good. I feel like I'm burning calories just listening to it.
So on Martha's Vineyard the other day, so that song came out recently, or maybe not, but I found it recently. And I was running on the beach, and the song came on, and I let it play for like 20 minutes straight, just on repeat. I was like, you know what? It's new, it's catchy, and I was really into it. So
got a good groove to it.
Yeah, 100%.
So you are going to make us one more cocktail. And you told me what it was going to be. And I've never had this cocktail. I've had cocktails all over the world, and I've never had this cocktail. So tell us a little bit about it.
So it is a riff on your classic daiquiri, which is a 3-ingredient cocktail. And this you can make at home as long as you have a bottle of rum. Chances are you have some citrus in your fridge. So lime is the classic choice. You can get away with lemon. It's just a slightly different flavor. And simple syrup, which is ultimately just sugar water. So if you don't even want to take the time to make that, you can throw like a teaspoon or so of sugar into your shaker when you're mixing. So today I'm doing a pineapple mint daiquiri. I had a pineapple daiquiri on my menu over at Noman's in Martha's Vineyard, Oak Bluffs on Martha's Vineyard. And it was so amazing. And then, as I said earlier, I went to my friend's restaurant the other night, Meurice in Simsbury, and they had a pineapple mint daiquiri, and I fell in love. And I'm like, you inspired me, you win. So tonight, I just threw in some homegrown mint my friend has growing here, and then I just got some pineapple picked up as well. So we're just gonna throw a couple pieces in there. We're just gonna muddle it. And then, as I said, the other ingredients are just sugar, lime, and rum. So you give that a good muddle. And pineapple's great because pineapple adds like an amazing viscosity to any cocktail. You know, it kind of adds like a silkiness to it. It like gives you a nice little foamy, frothy head. So visually, and then the aromatics of pineapple is always there. It never fails.
Nice.
All right. So I have fresh squeezed lime juice. So you can do just 3/4 ounces of that. Whoop. I do have some homemade simple syrup. I do like to make a lot of drinks for my friends, and they expect it of me now at this point in life. So can't hurt to have that on standby. And then, as Hot Glue and Gum mentioned, the Brugal. I fell in love with this rum. I got it recently. And this is actually, it's a drier rum, so it goes great with daiquiris because there could be a level of sweetness when you're throwing something like pineapple into a daiquiri. So this is actually going to maintain, I guess, just not make it too sweet is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, the best part about it is it doesn't have a lot of residual sugar, so it makes any like fruity cocktail like still stay nice and dry.
Exactly. And you can't go wrong. I mean, I did 2 ounces. Some people do 2.5. It's all personal preference when it comes down to the daiquiri. It's one of those cocktails that's been around forever, and it's just I try and tell people, bartenders, it's how you like your cocktails is how you should make it. Yes, there's recipes all over the internet for every drink that exists, but if you don't like it, then why would you make it for somebody? So stay true to yourself when you're making drinks. Make it how you want to make it. You know, there's always an interpretation of a drink. Jeremy, what's your favorite drink?
You know, I got to tell you, I've had drinks, like cocktails that cost $350. You know, it's just like I've had all these crazy cocktails, and still my favorite cocktail is a margarita.
Tried and true.
I just love it. It always works.
You like to throw a jalapeno in there, Jeremy?
I like to just eat the jalapeno separately.
Chase it with a jalapeno.
I spoke to an Indian chef at the restaurant in our neighborhood, and he said that about spice. He was like, you should just have a little to activate your taste buds and then let the food do the magic.
Conrad, that looks amazing. You're making all of us jealous. I think everyone knows what they're getting delivered in their next grocery run.
I think I shook it too hard.
Yeah, that happens.
It's taking a second to come out.
You looked so sexy when you did.
Well, thank you.
That's
fun recently.
I saw Sara actually practicing that shake. She's going to incorporate it into her next floor training.
Well, Cameron just joined the room, so it's hard to not shake it too hard.
So there you have it, guys. It's a fun play on a beautiful drink.
Thank you so much, Conrad, at Cocktail Poetry. Check it out and give him a tip at his Venmo at Conrad Meurice. It's in the chat, and you can find out more on my Instagram at Jeremy Edrington. Thank you so much, Conrad. I can't wait to see you again soon, brother. That being said, we have one of my favorite rock and roll groups in the world. Another song from the lovely Hot Glue and the Gun. And you know what, Tojo, if we can get me on the camera, Carrie, I think for this next section, I forgot. I was going to try to get it in the mail to you, but I forgot. I think you need a glass, right?
I do. In fact, we need a glass. Yes, please. Right. Oh, that's great. Oh, my goodness. Jeremy, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Love a little something in this glass, please.
I think...
I love a good cocktail, but what I really think is neat is some creative scotch with just a hint of peat. Oh, yeah.
Like the Valkyrie?
Hot Glue, you guys need to find your way out to the island. You would kill it out there.
Thank you. Cheers, friends.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, sometimes at night when I'm done working out, there's this look in my lady's eyes. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
And I think maybe she might, and maybe we might, and just maybe.
Maybe.
So then she lifts up my shirt, but then this funny look comes over her.
What is that?
'Cause I can barely button lip.
Oh my gosh.
Button lip.
Oh, whoa, there's a lot of it. Oh, wow. Belly button, belly button land. Where's it from and how does it come to be belly button land? I feel like there's some gnomes inside Joel's belly just knitting sweaters every day. It's like there's new pieces of it and they come in different colors, Whoa, it's a lot. Oh, belly button land. Where's it from and how does it come to be belly button land?
Suffer from an overproduction.
Oh, belly button
Now do you suffer from an overproduction?
Oh, belly button.
Come on, guys, you know what I'm talking about. Belly button, belly button land.
Where's it from and how does it come to be belly button land?
Well, belly button land. Belly button land.
Oh, yeah.
Belly button land. Where's it from? How does it come to be belly button land?
Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, everybody, for coming today to the Digital Speakeasy. Mr. Conrad, Meurice, Hot Glue, and the Gun, Carrie and Joel, and of course Sara, Dimmick, Mike Guardo Camino, Tommy Murello. Check out everybody on their Venmos. Throw them a tip. They deserve it. Go to the Digital Speakeasy to find out how to donate to the World Central Kitchen, where we will be matching every single dollar raised. So everyone, stay safe. My thoughts are with you. Thank you so much for joining us. See you next time. Bye.